I don't know if you have anybody there physically.
Well, we got, I don't know, what time is it? Well, have some conflicting information with that. Normally, we meet 1 minute after adjournment, which is what my intention was, and somehow someone published that we're gonna meet at 2:30. So, but hang on just a second for me. Yeah, it's all awkward. I'm glad we're not flying a plane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So really, I need 10. How many, can anybody tell me how many we have?
6.
We got 6? Yeah, we gotta have 4 more.
Who are some of the ones that are not here?
Well, I don't know how to tell actually who is here, but I can tell you who I don't see is new member. Let me recognize 2 new members too. Lynn Wright, I don't see Lynn. And Robin Robinson, they're both new to this committee. I'd like to welcome them if they're listening in.
I'll text Robin real quick and tell her to get back on because she was on a while ago with the speaker.
Okay. And I see Representative Rushing, Representative Summers, Representative Smith.
According to my Zoom participant list, there's 2 unidentified people joining us, and then Representative Troy Smith is on his iPhone, according to the list.
Right.
And then I've got 2 unidentified people on here. It doesn't say who they are. Or one's 113. So really, there's only one unidentified. I don't know who it is.
347, 210.
That's it. Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Well, as soon as we determine that we have a quorum, we'll start with our business. But I really need 10 people.
Okay, I'll text Representative Crawford, Owen, and Harness, see if we can get them on, and Tullis.
Gotta have 10. Gotta have 10. I don't guess we can conduct any business. We can visit and socialize, I guess. Are any of you, do you think you'll have any questions on any of the bills? Because we've published it. You should have an email with the list of with the agenda. We've added House Bill 1155 at the 11th hour. I want to get that in here. We have our committee attorney, Una McKenzie, has joined us in person. Okay. And our committee assistant, Rhoda Barnes, is here. Well, have we identified 347, 210?
I am here.
All right, welcome. We just need a few more smiling faces.
I have texted both Robin and Carolyn, so maybe they would get on.
Okay. Excuse me for just a second, please. Gathering some last minute information, so we can have all we need, and I'll explain all that to you later. Okay. Committee, I'm sorry for the delay, but we just have to have a quorum. Let's see who we got. We'll do a roll call and maybe for anybody on here that you can reach out to that's not with us.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
Okay, there's Carolyn. She says she's waiting to get in, but she just got on.
welcome, Representative. I see her. All right, so, Bird,
Several others have also joined.
all right, you got the, junior lady from Jones joining us, Representative Scoggins?
I have not seen her yet. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, they may be thinking we don't take place until 2:30. What time is it? Let's see. Well, normally we meet 1 minute after adjournment, and someone published that we're meeting at 2:30. So it may be 2:30 before we get our quorum. Our committee members consist of Byrd, Taylor, Anderson, Crawford, Darnell, Harness, Lancaster, Osborne, Owen, Reynolds, Robinson, Rushing, Scoggin, Smith, Stroughter, Summers, Tullis, and Wright. I see the representative from Charleston has joined us. Can't hear you, but we see you.
You've got 11 on here right now, I believe.
I'm honored to be. Yeah. This is Jansen. I just hopped on.
Randy, you're seeing the count. When you get to 10, let me know.
Representative Harness.
I'm actually showing 11, Mr. Chairman.
Very good. So now I have a question for the attorney. Since it's been published that we meet at 2:30, our normal meeting time is 1 minute after adjournment. Do we have to wait till 2:30 before we can commence?
Well, that's what the Zoom link said. If we're doing it by Zoom,
Mhm.
it says 2:30, 3:30.
Okay.
That's what it says. If you're doing it by Zoom,
Is that clock correct?
it's 2:21.
Okay. So according to the clock, we've got a few more minutes, I guess, before we can officially begin. But just as a matter of conversation, can I inform you what we're going to do today? And so we're not taking any action yet, but I'll give you some background information on what we're doing. The first bill is House Bill 104. And this bill relates to Hancock County only. And as such, it might have been a local and private, but the way it's codified, it has to be a general bill. So we want to amend that. The salary of the county prosecuting attorney, because Hancock County has grown, that prosecuting attorney has more duty. And the bill will allow the county prosecuting attorney to make up to 75% of what the county court judge makes. And the county court judge makes $148,000, and the county prosecuting attorney currently makes $45,000. So we're going to allow Hancock County to pay their county prosecutor up to 75% of what the county court judge makes. So that's straightforward. Just affects Hancock County. We have another bill, which will be House Bill 320. And it's going to allow counties and municipalities to clean up property or parcels of land that belong to perpetual care cemeteries. And they can apply to the Secretary of State's office to get reimbursed for these cleanup charges through the Secretary of State's Cemetery Trust Fund. And Basically, that's it. There's not much more to say about it. It has the usual requirements for a public hearing. The owners get notified that they have that statutory time to clean their property up. And they're informed that if they don't, then they'll be in non-compliance and the city or county may go in and clean up those properties. And the city or county will seek reimbursement through the Secretary of State's office, through the Cemetery Trust Fund. And the next one. The next one is a bill that we passed last year. It's House Bill 493. And it's a piece of legislation that will allow, it's not mandatory, it gives the option of an employee for the county or city who is Medicare eligible to opt out of the county or municipal insurance group and get opt out of that group and have the county, they will get on Medicare. The county will be allowed to pay for their supplement. It will get those high-risk older individuals out of your risk pool for your group insurance, hopefully reducing premiums, saving money, and still the individuals would have just as good of insurance coverage. And it's totally optional. It's not mandatory. And that's House Bill 493. The last bill that we're going to take up today, when we start working bills, is House Bill 1155, and it relates to the salary of county supervisors. And it will allow them to vote themselves a pay raise and two pay raises actually. And I'll get into the details of it when we start taking up the bill. I'll explain it more fully then. But it relates to pay raises for county supervisors. They must approve this themselves. It's not automatic. And it's got a cap to it. And once in 2023, it will any increase will be equal to the COLA as established by the Social Security Administration. And going forward, and hopefully we'll settle the issue of supervisors coming back and trying to get a pay raise. Got a couple of minutes.
Got his number.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
All right. Hello, Miss Smith.
Hey.
When you do it like 1 minute after a time, but they don't know what time that's.
Me leave that.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to the thing. I just went over it. Yes, sir. Yeah, they need to put out the thing instead of 1 minute after a time. That's right. But that's what we do.
I've got it. I'm just trying to organize the bill so I don't have to thumb through all of the books. Thank you for your patience. 2 minutes. 2-minute warning, 2 minutes. Y'all all look so happy today. This is awkward way to do business. And I don't know what happened then. Everything was fine.
Mr. Chairman, when you look at that smile on Representative Crawford's face, I mean, that's just heartbreaking right there.
Okay. All right. Here with IT, give us an echo. Okay. I think our 2 minutes are up. 229. 229. I see it now in the bottom right. Okay. Brother, would you get me some water?
It's 2:30, Mr. Chairman. It's 2:30.
Okay, thank you. All right, our attorney tells me it's 2:30, so we will call this meeting to order. We have a quorum. Thank you all for being here. And once again, I want to recognize Representative Wright, Lynn Wright, and Representative Robinson as new members. Glad to have y'all with us, and I hope you find this committee to be one of your more enjoyable committees. But we do work. We're here to get our work done. There are 4 bills that I plan to take up to present to you, and I hope you will approve. We work hard to try to streamline county government and save taxpayer dollars. So if we accomplish that, by default, we're saving taxpayer dollars. Now let's get on to the business of the hour. Number 1, House Bill 104. And this relates only to Hancock County. And it will allow Hancock County to pay their county prosecuting attorney because of increased duties. I think they've probably added another justice court judge too, but anyway, to allow that individual to make up to 75% of the annual salary of the county court judge, and the county court judge's current salary is $148,000. And that is the bill. It only affects Hancock County. And the motion is titled Sufficient to Pass. Are there any questions on this? I have a question. Chairman of Municipalities, you're recognized.
Mr. Chairman, I was just curious. I'm not familiar with Hancock County and their need, and I don't question it. My question is Hancock County the only county in the state that might need this legislation, and would there be a problem? Why are we just singling out that? I'm just saying there may be other counties that are kind of in the same boat. It might keep us from having to come back next year or at a later date and address that issue.
Well, I don't know about the other counties. No one's requested anything other than Hancock County. And this legislation is specifically for Hancock County. And, you know, you would think that it would be local and private, but it's not because of the statute that exists in now. It has to be a general bill. So if another county wants to do this, I'm sure they could do it. And they might even, I don't know if they could do it through local and private or not. But anyway, they could bring their legislation forward, and you might be able to amend this one, I don't know. Let me ask a question. Could this be amended? Could this be amended to include another county?
It could, but it's specifically for Hancock
Yeah.
County, but you can do but other counties would like to revise their,
Okay.
county pro- they
All right,
want-
so to answer your question, I think that we've opened a code section that's subject to amendment. So somewhere in the process, we'll do a oral amendment or whatever. But this bill only relates to Hancock County.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask a question?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm having trouble hearing.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I got you. Come on.
Okay. This is dealing with counties that have county court judges. And it's not justice court judges or circuit court judges, it's county court judges. And I don't know exactly how many jurisdictions have county court judges. So we're opening it up just for those counties. Since we're talking about opening up the statute, I think we're talking about those counties that have county court judges, which are, I think, are very limited. You have Jones County and several other counties, Hancock County, I think Harrison County, but it's very few. But I don't know if the gentleman from Newton was going to make that motion. But I think I was just trying to be clear that strictly those counties that have county court judges. Is that correct?
Well, it's my understanding. No, I don't know. I don't know.
It's specifically for Hancock County. It's
I know, I've already said that
oh,
3 or 4 times. This is strictly for Hancock County.
Okay. I didn't know if there was going to be a motion.
When you put this,
Hey, can I give a little explanation? Hancock County is unique from every other county in the state. Hancock County is the only county in the state whose county prosecuting attorney is not an elected position. Years and years and years ago, we took it out of the statute that their prosecutor be elected. Their prosecutor is hired by the board and appointed just like any other county employee, but given additional duties also. So in addition to the statutory prosecutor duties, they, help all of the municipalities in the county prosecute their cases. They sometimes help the district attorney's office, and this prosecutor is really active and used for it. So there's a big difference between a Hancock County prosecutor and your other regularly elected prosecutors.
That answers my questions. Thank you, gentlemen. That makes sense there. I was just not wanting to favor one county over some other county that may need the same legislation.
Right.
But since you cleared that up, that Hancock is kind of a unicorn in itself in this particular situation.
Right.
That makes sense. Thank you, gentlemen.
all right, well, cleared up a big problem, except for the echo that I'm hearing. But anyway, I can hear you much better. All right, so I missed out on the last question. And did you get your question answered?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so motion is title sufficient, do pass. Any further questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any who oppose? The motion carries. All right. Now, Larry, for my benefit, if you can turn that one down, I'm getting a terrible echo. Okay, House Bill 320, still getting a horrible echo. But, let's see. Okay, let me present to you House Bill 320. This bill authorizes counties and municipalities we're still working on it. That's better. Okay. County and municipalities will have the authority to go on to parcels of land of perpetual care cemeteries that are not being properly maintained and have become detrimental to the requirements and adjudication by the county or municipality before it can clean. We have counties and municipalities that have these cemeteries that are not being properly maintained. There is a trust fund at the Secretary of State's office to cover such. And this bill will allow any county or any municipality to go through the public hearing process and allow the owners, including perpetual care cemeteries, to clean up their properties. And if not, then the county or municipality may go onto that property, clean it up, and seek reimbursement through the Secretary of State's office. Any questions? The motion is title sufficient, do pass. One more time, is there a question? Very good. All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
And all who oppose. That one carries. House Bill 493. Representative from Charleston. Would you like to explain this to the committee? You're well versed with this. We got it through the committee last year, got it through the House last year actually, and lost it on the Senate side. Would you explain for us House Bill 493?
Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Mr. Chairman, what this bill seeks to do is to follow what is allowed in the state of Nebraska, and they are the template for us. This will allow counties and cities at their discretion, if they wish to allow employees who are Medicare eligible to provide that those Medicare eligible employees could waive health insurance from those entities, and in exchange, if they signed up for Medicare, they would be entitled to a stipend from the city or counties. First off, this would be purely discretionary with the counties and cities. They don't have to participate, nor does any employee have to participate. But it is a way that they have saved a lot of money in Nebraska, because if they sign up for Medicare, that means that the county and city does not bear the full cost of their insurance. And these are the individuals that really drive up the cost of the pools. You know, those over age 65 oftentimes are more prone to illness. That's just the way it is. So this is purely discretionary with counties and cities. And then an employee does not have to participate. But it is a way, if they choose to participate, the employee can put more money in his or her pocket and still have insurance coverage. So, and the counties and cities can save a lot of money. They've saved a whole lot of money in Nebraska doing this. And the Nebraska County Association has, they've been very helpful. And this is first off, it's purely discretionary with counties and cities. Nobody's required to do it. Secondly, it's purely discretionary with the employee. No employee is required to do it. They may if they choose.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have any questions on this bill? So the motion is title sufficient, do pass House Bill 493.
Sufficient, do pass.
Title sufficient, do pass. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any who oppose? The motion carries. You have passed House Bill 493. Now we'll move on to House Bill 155. You know, we've been working with the supervisors, trying to help them get some kind of mechanism that will allow them to get a pay increase. One time we had a bill that would have required them to get additional training, and much like the assessors and collectors do, and they would get paid more after they receive the training. This bill is totally different. We have a bill before us that's going to allow incremental pay increases. It must be spread on the minutes by the board. There's nothing here that's going to be mandatory. They're going to have to vote themselves a increase in salary. And the bill is bracketed from A through H based on the total assessed valuation of the county. And there are other county individuals who are tied to this structure. But anyway, the total assessed valuation of the county from 0 to 30 million is one bracket, and from 30 to 50 million, 50 to 75, and so on and so forth. So the first pay raise would take place, in my understanding, on passage of this bill, July 1 of this calendar year. And they would get a bump. And for instance, for reference, I guess, July 1, the 30 to $50 million bracket, who are now being paid $33,269, will bump up about $1,900, $1,996. And then in the next calendar year, they can vote themselves to $37,381. From going forward, from January 1, 2023, they can only increase their salary based on the annual COLA as determined by the Social Security and supplemental income benefits. So once they get these two jumps, then they may annually, and it's still, they have to vote on it, they may annually increase their pay only in the amount of the COLA. So do you have questions on this one? Very good. And thank you. This is, hopefully we can get this done it's double referred. It's going to appropriations. So the motion is titled sufficient to pass. Anyone have a question? Okay, all in favor? Say aye. And any who oppose? Thank you. The motion carries. You have passed House Bill 1155. So thank you for your attendance. Any questions or anything for the good of the order before we leave? And I will tell you this, there will be some double referred bills coming to us. I don't plan to meet again until we get those double referred bills on our agenda. We will take a look at them. The chairman, the secretary, and the vice chair and I will have a look at them. We'll determine what we're going to bring forward, and we'll meet again. I don't know what that date is yet, but you'll be notified. And I hope all of you received an email with our agenda on it. So you've had an opportunity in advance to look at what we're taking up, and we'll try to continue with that in the future. So everybody's busy. Thank you for your attendance, and nobody has anything. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.